So you know what it is, Dialogues with Daryl. I'm Daryl Digital, here with my man Montese Kane.
It's Kane, that's the campaign, baby.
New Haven, Connecticut.
Yes, yes, sir.
What was it like growing up in New Haven?
I think it's the usual urban experience. You know what I mean? Nothing really different from what the average guy would go through growing up in the inner city. I mean, the same trials, tribulations, the same thing. You know what I mean?
So nothing unique or significant for you though?
I wouldn't say anything unique or significant, but what I will say is that I come from a place where, it's hard for talent to be notarized. Well, how could I say it? It's hard for talent to be, how could I put it? It's hard for talent to be noticed and internalized through the people here. You know what I mean? I don't think they understand how talented and gifted a lot of the people are from here. It's like people are kind of stuck under a rock until it really turns into something. You know what I'm saying?
Is it a respect
So I think
thing
that's
or just
I think that's a
thing?
unique. I think that's a very unique aspect of where we come from.
Right.
Say that again, bro.
You think it's ignorance or you think it's just a lack of respect for the talent?
I think it's a little bit of both, but it depends on the perspective of the person.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because when we talk about first off, we come from a small place where for the most part everybody knows each other. If not personally, it's through somebody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like and I think it's tough for people to have the ideal of, it's like high school. You know what I'm saying? Like to feel like I have to idolize somebody that is not in a popular crowd or is not what we doing that's trendy out here. It's not the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
we can't really get with it. And I think we come from a consumer state for the most part. We eat up everything and every trend that comes out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think New Haven is short from that at all. But I do think it makes it a unique place. I was just having a conversation with a friend the other day, right? And he was talking about people who made it here. And I named a few names. Chris Webby was one. Another one was David Miller. I never really got to personally meet him. You know what I mean? Maybe you can make that happen.
Well, I'm not in touch with him no more. I haven't seen him since 2001.
Well, hey, you never know though. You never know. You might see this. You never know.
Right.
But yeah, I thought I said Chris Webby and then I brought up David Miller. But to make the long story short, I just felt that it was unique when he had his stardom per se, how everybody treated it. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was the dopest thing in the world. For me, it was like seeing Chris Brown on TV, and he's from where I'm from.
Right.
But to go outside and to have conversations with regular people, and for them to be downplaying him constantly, you know what I mean? Like, that was different, But that made me, like, now being this age and looking back in retrospect, it's like, dang, like, that energy kind of has always been here. You know what I'm saying? And I think that makes where we come from unique. Because we do have a lot of talent, and I think the gatekeepers, so to speak, keep a stronghold on what we can actually do. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother conversation.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We could get a lot deep with that, but I mean that's my perspective on that.
No, that's definitely very unique and interesting, and I agree.
Yeah.
Because we don't get a lot of respect or big ups, and no one really support one another.
Right.
When someone's really doing something significant, it's usually a lot of hate.
Well, I think people do support it, but it's selective.
They're very selective.
It's selective. It's like it has to be the right kind of talent, the right kind of person.
Well, what is the right kind of talent?
Nah, but that's
Right.
the funny part, right? Because people have this ideal, but the reality is we don't have a specific sound or a specific thing that makes us stand out. You know what I mean? Like, but we have a lot of gifted and talented people. So it's kind of, because you'll hear a little bit of drill rap, you'll hear a little bit of conscious rap, you'll hear a little bit of soul in a few people. You know what I mean? Like, we have a lot of people who's big on the poetry scene, the spoken word scene. You know what I'm saying? And it's not talked about a lot. But You know, those are different aspects of what New Haven and Connecticut has to offer. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I think it's just it's overlooked due to the fact that it is so small and everything's broken up. Like if we was in Chicago, for example, they have hundreds of thousands of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like maybe close to 1 million. I don't know, but I know it's in the hundreds of thousands, right?
Right.
We come from what? You know, like it can't be that much. It can't be over 100,000, if that.
Nah, in New Haven. Or
Yeah,
Connecticut?
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
In New Haven.
I think we're about 1 million people in Connecticut.
In New Haven, I'm saying New Haven.
Yeah, Connecticut.
Alone,
I think
though.
we're about 3.7 million.
So when I think about it, I break it up, right? Because the reality is, you got different urban cities within Connecticut, and they're all spread apart. It's not like Chicago is, where it's a big city and everybody's
Right.
around and everybody can get into,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, to everything that's going on, and they know what's going on. It's a culture of things, right? We don't necessarily have like a culture of things going on. We have like a bunch of different things going on, but it's all hot. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I think what's gonna bridge the gap is for a lot of the artists to branch out to one another and actually start making, you know, music with each other.
Absolutely.
I think there's a lot of intimidation and competitiveness and stuff like that. You know what I'm
course.
saying? But eventually, you know, I think it'll get to an interesting point where people will be like, you know what? Nah, let's really make music and let's show the people what we really have.
Okay.
I think once you combine all of those separate audiences, then it can actually make something out of, you know, out of nothing.
No, I can see that.
But if it's like this, you gotta think of it like this, right? If you in high school, right, like, and there's different cliques, and you hanging around with this clique, none of the other cliques are really gonna, you know what I'm saying, resonate with you like that, because they know who you hang with, they know what you about, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, it's always that one person or two that stand out, or a few people, you know what I'm saying, that stand out, that can actually mingle and go, you know what I'm saying? So I think when eventually we'll have artists that's not afraid to, you know what I mean?
You don't think we have artists like that right now?
I think yeah, but it's still broken up.
Who?
I don't want to name no names, but that's just my opinion.
Why not?
Because I just feel like for all the talent that we do have, there's no reason why our own music scene hasn't been solidified. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, there's a lot of excuses. That's all I hear is excuses. And I'm going to call them excuses because I think I've done it and been around long enough to say that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, and been in a lot of different circles and heard a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So,
you know, I just feel like it's not solid. It's not solid. It's still a lot of pickiness. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I think once a lot of people get like past that, and the consumers, you know what I'm saying? I think once they get past that, then we can get to the actual talent, and you'll be able to, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, what we got? Chris Webby, we got David Miller is back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So he's not current, but that's back in the day. And then you got what? You got Cassie. Let's not act like we didn't have a whole 2 summers worth music playing back to back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She doesn't even get a lot of credit.
Right.
We got DJs like DJ Big Mike. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of things that go on down here that people act as if it's not a real thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, but it is though. Yeah,
right, yeah.
But it is though. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that. Okay. Yeah, man, that's deep though. So how have you been able to develop your own uniqueness within, you know, the community of hip hop or rap within New Haven?
I think I've been able to put together my own unique kind of sound through criticism. Criticism, you know, like constantly listening to what people are saying, keeping my ears to the streets and what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? What they like currently, I pay attention to that. What they're listening to currently, you know, that's trendy. And also, you know, what they think about the music, what they think about when they hear it. You know what I mean? Like I keep my ears open for a lot of criticism.
So what's rap hop?
Rap hop. I'm glad. That's I like that. All right, so rap hop is basically my contribution to hip hop and rap. You know what I'm saying? I think my sound is interpolation, I guess you would say, of all of the elements that require you to be a great artist.
What are
not
those
just a
elements?
rapper or a hip hop artist. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because I do think that there's a separate, there's like a line that separates the two, from being a rapper and being an actual hip hop artist.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you think hip hop artist, you more or less say that's the essence of it. You know, when you say rapper, you say, well, he just knows how to make a lot of things rhyme. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, there's a separate line. You got drill rap, right? But you're not gonna put that in the same category as East Coast gangster rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are hip hop artists. Those are rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, so I think there's a fine line in between the two, and I kind of like, you know, blend it a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's based on just being in New Haven, or is it just your own personal interest in music that you like?
My personal interest in music.
Okay.
I don't even think it's a New Haven thing because, like I said, New Haven and Connecticut, for that matter, is a consumer state. You know, we eat up everything that comes out here. You know what I'm saying? Everything is about the trends that's going on. You know, me personally, I like music for what it is. You know, so I kind of dibble dabble in a lot of different things, a lot of different sounds. You know what I mean? Because I think the people want to hear more than one type of sound, in my opinion. And that's why you don't have artists, per se, that make it 10 plus years in the game, 20 plus years in the game, because they don't know how to adapt and change with the times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think I've you know, tweaked a lot of things and been able to, you know, come up with my own thing.
Okay. So why music though? Why rap?
Rap because it's in me. It's not on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something that I started to do. And when I realized that I could really take control of it and make it my own thing, that, you know, I can get somewhere with it.
And what was that? When did you realize that?
When I realized that, I had to be about, I say about 10 years old, 11 years old. Because before then, you know, I listened to music a lot, you know, and I would, you know, recite the lines and stuff like that. But when I, like, started verbalizing words in these bars and sentences or what have you, I started to think about things differently. It started to become about how can I express myself and get people to relate to what it is that I'm saying, right? Because when I started off, it was just rapping, because I know I can do it.
Right.
But when you have, and this is where the criticism comes in, when you have people like, hey, you should make music like this. Nah, you should be a little more positive. You should put a little more effort into it. Do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, giving me positive encouragement. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. So that makes you, you know, reflect and think, hey, how can I do this a little different to make people comfortable with the sound that I'm making? You know what I mean? In different aspects.
I can see that. So who was your influences at that time, at that age? What were you listening to?
At that age, bro, I was listening to Rough Riders, Cash Money, because we talking about 99, 2000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we talking about DMX, Cat, and Rough Riders. We talking about, you know, Cash Money. We talking about Rockefeller. Yeah, man. You know, everybody you could think of at that time. You know, but I was really turned on to music a lot earlier. You know, my father, my pops, he DJ'd a little bit. You know, he played with it a little bit. But it was the constant hearing and seeing these videos and being fascinated with this, you know, like these people like saying these words and everybody's just like in awe. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just the look of it, just like, man, like how is he doing that? Like, why is he doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like as a kid, like, and then once you know, been around it enough, you're like, man, that's powerful. Like, you could really move people with words. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it turns into not really a hype thing. It's like, dang, you know, like they really listening.
Right.
They really paying attention. You know what I mean? So, you know, it was really that. Just being able to express myself and get the feedback and how people felt about what it is and how I was expressing myself, especially being so young. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And do you, when you write now to this day, do you still tap into that same 10-year-old boy that you were when you wrote your first rhyme, or is it something different?
Nah. I don't. I could be very honest and say I don't. What I'm tapping into for the most part is how can I fascinate the people? You know what I mean? Like it's one thing to make music, right? But how can I fascinate them by putting these words together on beat and have them actually enjoy it? You know what I'm saying? Like I think the technical part is you love it in the beginning, right? But I think once you grow and you come into different things and different types of sounds and influences and stuff, it makes you think about it differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Your style, how would you describe, if you were to give it some type of categories or some type of labeling too? I know it's called rap hop, but like for other people to like get a better understanding of the elements that make up rap hop, how would you describe it? Like would it be gangster rap, drill music? Like how would you put those elements together to describe it?
It would be all of it, but none of it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I can see
You know what I'm saying? Like it would be all of it, but none of it.
Okay.
You know, like it's really, you know, just my own thing, just expressing myself to my best capability, you know, in my own way, and putting together a sound that I think, like I said, people, you know, would enjoy.
And when was the last time you impressed yourself?
I would think with this last project that I just put out. It's called Love Scars. I've had it for some time now. I've been sitting on it for some time now. I got a lot of music, you know what I'm saying? So I've been sitting on it for some time now. But I think actually getting comfortable with trying new things is, you know, like it's a different space. It's a different space, but it's something that I can get comfortable with the more that I do it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
So was this project made for you or for the audience, for the consumers?
Both.
Okay.
Both. Me, because I put in a lot of effort to create a sound that I think could fit the times, but still be timeless. The youth, in my opinion, dictate the sound of where music goes.
Absolutely.
I don't think anybody our age, like, you know, 30s and up, like, dictate where the sound goes. It's the younger crowd.
Right.
You can't take that from them. You know what I mean? And it's always been that way. You know what I mean? Yeah, you'll have an older artist come through and it'll be a hot sound, but the reality is the trends come from the youth.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I try to put myself in a youthful manner when it comes to enjoying the craft of it. But I also understand that it's important for me to come across with my message in an influential, you know, motivational way, positive way. You know, because I think there's enough negativity out there as it is.
Negativity?
Negativity as it is. You know? That's a good one. Yeah. I think that's a good one, bro. Yeah, I think that's a you know, as it is, you know. So I think my sound is a breath of fresh air.
Okay.
A breath of fresh air that, you know, you don't have to do what everybody else is doing. I think Big says something like that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do what it is that I'm doing or where it is, where it at. Like, you can still be you and do you. Be cool about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think
is hiring. That's what he said.
Hey. He said, yeah, he did say that. So, you know what I'm saying? I think the reality is, instead of trying to fit in, I place myself outside of the box when it comes to content.
Okay.
You know, like when it comes to beat selection, I try to, you know, pick something a little current. But when it comes to my content, it's definitely something that I put a lot of thought into.
So the Never Hated Anthem, what inspired that? Where'd that come from?
I think that comes from me feeling when I initially heard Dave East's track, you know, because that's where I got the line from. Me feeling as if this could be expanded on. And that's not to say that his craft is any less than mine or I'm any, you know what I mean?
Right.
But that's more or less to say, like, I think it's important to reference the times
Absolutely.
and also show respect to the culture.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's more or less like there wasn't no like hidden story or hidden agenda behind it or anything like that. But that was more or less like my approach.
Okay. How do you compare yourself to someone like Dave East or J. Cole or, you know, any of the big time musicians that most people know? How do you compare yourself to those people?
I don't. I really don't, man. What I will say is I do think I'm just as talented.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't think any less than them or any greater than them. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I believe that your idols become your rivals. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, those are people that I feel they stand the test of time. You know what I mean? Like, those are people that will probably be in the game forever. You know, like it's not like a one and done thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, and the crazy part is there are artists that actually know how to, you know, create a sound that is sonically, how could I say, susceptible to the times. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only a few artists that can actually do that.
Okay.
And to me, in this game, you gotta have that. You know what I'm saying? To have longevity in this game, you gotta have that.
Right.
Because if you don't have that, then you go without putting out music long enough, they're gonna forget about you.
Absolutely.
And they're gonna go to the next thing, especially now with streaming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So out of all the songs you've made, if only one song can be heard by everybody on the planet, what would that one song you would want everyone to hear?
Ooh, man, that's a crazy one. That's a crazy one. I really don't have like one in mind, but I will say that I have a record that I'm working on. And, you know, I'll throw it out there. It's called "Baby Don't Cry." You know, it's gonna be my, you know, rendition of it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of blending the Pac and the DMX. You know, the Pac, you know, joint, and then the DMX slipping. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of I'm excited about that record more than anything.
Fire.
Yeah, I'm excited about that record because I was watching a clip on Facebook the other day. And I think it was from TikTok or something like that. But this dude was, you know, interviewing this kid, asking him did he know like a DMX verse. I don't know if you saw it.
No.
But he's asking him like stop, drop, and then the kid, he didn't know like how to line it. He like, yo, like, what you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, he was like, yo, you don't know who DMX is? Like, you know, but the reality is he don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta think, like, our age bracket, we came up in the 90s, 2000s. These kids is coming up seeing Chief Keef, and bro, that's 2010.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're talking about a whole 10 years removed from that.
Right.
So of course they're not gonna know if they don't know about that, you know they definitely don't know nothing about KRS-One and Rakim and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like real talk, man. A lot of these cats, they don't understand the seriousness of the background of what the culture really is. You know what I mean? And you can't blame them because in so many ways we do come from a broken culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like unless you're carrying on that tradition, you can't expect these kids to know what's what, you know? And I feel like, you know, I'm, you know, putting myself in that space to refreshing a lot of different minds.
So how do you think hip-hop can bridge that gap, though?
The old heads being comfortable with the younger crowd doing their thing. I think that's more or less the main problem. Like, I think that's really the main problem with it. Like, I think the older heads forget they were kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they forget that they made mistakes and they did things too. You know, and I think, let me not even say I think. When people change, they either change and remain humble, or they change and they forget completely what they came from. You know what I'm saying? And we have a lot of people, especially in this day, especially with everything being superficial and things being about instant gratification, that people are like kind of misplaced like mentally when it comes in that, you know, like to that aspect. You know what I'm saying?
You're saying we gotta get along with one another.
Yeah. I think
we gotta accept the times are different, but
they
still,
change.
right.
Times change, bro. You can't sit here and mope and pout that we not 10 years in the past still. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's a new day, bro. Like,
Right.
you either gonna get with it or you gonna get lost. Like,
Right.
that's really how it goes.
Yeah, I can see that. So, is your music doing that though?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. I believe I transitioned from just being a hip hop artist.
Okay.
You know what I
How
mean?
so?
Like that's why I say I feel like I bridged that gap, man, in a sense. Cause I feel like, you know, a lot of what crafting yourself to be a rapper is flow, delivery, cadence. Check me out on Spotify, Montese Kane. I got a bunch of playlists up there, you know what I'm saying? So definitely check that out. The mixtape streaming era changed a lot of different things, you know what I'm saying? And I think that the mixtape era is missing a big chunk of what was hot. You know what I'm saying? Because during that mixtape era, like, these weren't projects that were put on all platforms. They was on like Dat Piffs. You know what I mean? Like mixtape platforms. And it's not, you can't carry it around the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a whole gap there from a lot of different artists, even Jeezy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole gap, like Gucci. You could say a lot of different artists. Like, there's a whole gap of music that's kind of missing from what rap really is. You know? And I think that's another disconnection from the new era and the older crowd. You know what I'm saying? Because they weren't able to follow it how we were.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
so different now with the streaming compared to physical copies.
Everybody's a rapper now.
Yeah.
You got 1 million rappers now. You know what I'm saying, bro? You can literally, like, I be on YouTube and I'll just come across somebody new and be like, dang. You know, like, this person is dope. And then I'll go through their whole catalog. You know what I'm saying? So times are so different now. You can get distracted fast by new artists.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, like, you could be listening to somebody one day and then the next day listening to something totally different.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the blessing of the internet, being able to connect people from all types of walks of life, and all types of places on the planet. In a second.
Right, yo, and shout out to Nigeria, man, cause they bumping a lot of my music like hard right now. So shout out to Nigeria, shout out to Ghana, man.
Word.
That's
I
a trip.
hear a lot of good things about Ghana.
Yeah, that's something that I want to do too, man. Word. Shout out to Slim Hustle, man. I got a project with an artist from Ghana.
Okay, word.
You know, his name's Slim Hustle. It's an EP. It's out now. It's called The Road to Glory. I mean, so y'all check that out too.
Lyric or line from one of your favorite songs that you did, and tell me the inspiration behind that.
I'm gonna say a line that I've been thinking about all day, man. It's from a song that I just actually released. It's called Cold Season. But I stand up striving and I survived in this hell. You know what I'm saying? And the reason, my reason for saying that line is I think it's a reality that a lot of black men in urban cities have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That there is no escape. There is no shortcuts. There is no getting around it. You got to go through it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, you know, I think being at, you know, this age and at this height, you know, and where my career is going, not where it's been, where it's going. You know what I'm saying? That it's a reminder that I done made it through. You know what I'm saying? I made it through what people call impossible.
Okay, so CT's best kept defense.
Yeah, yes sir.
What you defending us from?
Defending y'all from that whack shit, man. Word up. Defending y'all from that whack shit, man. It's best kept defense, best kept secret. You know, it's just a play on words. When they bring us up, just remember, if you know about me, man, when they bring us up and they say something about us, you better remember who I am You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. And that ain't even be funny or be braggadocious or anything. That's just what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of them talented ones out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just say anything about Connecticut when you bring me up.
What's coming next?
What's not coming next?
I mean, as far as you, shows,
Like,
projects, what's your in the near future, what can we expect from you?
Love Scars EP out now. Know what I'm saying? That's something that's current, that's right now. I dropped that on Valentine's Day, so definitely check that out. Then I got Divine Rhyme 4, the hip hop gospel. That's something that, should be out if not summer, the end of the summer. You know what I mean? Towards fall time. I got a gang of videos coming soon. You know what I mean? I got some big features coming soon. I got an album that's coming next year. You know what I mean? And you might get another mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a lot of music, man. I actually, besides the other, Divine Rhyme 4, I actually have Elm City State of Mind Part 4 coming out with DJ Blenders too. So you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of music, man.
Okay,
if you in tune to my YouTube page, my YouTube channel, Montese Kane Music, I'm always dropping stuff up there, always. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you subscribe to that, you know what I'm saying? And word, stay in tune.
Word, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you coming through,
Appreciate
bro.
you, man.
Yeah,
Word
man.
up, word up, word
Yeah,
up.